Everybody, and welcome back to my craft corner. I hope that you're all doing well and keeping warm. It's pretty chilly out there, and I'm afraid to go outside. I went outside to check on a couple of plants, and it was freezing. So stay warm. Just wanted to show you a couple of things, some ideas that I have. If you notice, my little craft corner is grown just a little bit more, and that is because I painted the walls, and I'm really happy with it. The other color that I had was really dark. I'm happy with this bright color. Makes me happy. What I wanted to show you though is how to recycle your wreaths. I made a wreath for myself that it's made out of burlap. Let me get it for you. It's right here. Um, and it's like a universal. I really like it. Um, I made it. I think it was about a year ago that I made it. It's made out of burlap, and what I really liked about this burlap, if you can see, it's got a pearl. It's lined with pearls all the way around, and so this was a challenge to do because of the pearls. But I'm really happy the way it came out. Let me see if I can. There we go. I'm really happy the way it came out. It really came out nice. So what I did, I made it last year for Valentine's, and I've used it actually a couple of times last year because I was like, well, now I need to make. I like to make a wreath for every holiday. And so I thought, well, now I need to make one for Veterans Day, one for Fourth of July, um, and so on and so on. And I thought, well, it's hard to store the wreaths. Those of you that own the wreaths or make wreaths, you know that it takes a lot of space. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to make a universal um, wreath. Now, by that, I mean that none of these pieces are are permanently on. I've put them on with let me see, what did I use? I used the pipe cleaners on all of them. And so when, let me see if I can show you the back. Okay, yeah, hold on. Let me turn it around. So when you need to make a change, if you look at the back, oops, I have the bow up here adjusted with the pipe cleaner here. And then I've got the sign here. And what I did was just also attached it with the pipe cleaners. And the same with my little heart here, the two hearts. What I did with the hearts is I attached their foam, so I was able to attach a, uh, a thicker wire. One of the things that when you're working with greenery and that you um, when you're adding it and you have to cut it because the stems are too long, you save those stems. And I'm trying to think, right, I have a little, I tell you, because I painted, everything is all over. I have a lot of things in storage that I haven't taken from there. And today it was just too cold. And I thought, well, you know what? Let me just do a video of what I've already been doing. So I put this up about a week ago, and I know it was a little early, but I just wanted to get out of the way, and I didn't want to put it in storage. And I knew I had to do something for Valentine's Day. So I had all my ribbon out, and I made this ribbon here. And I love the way it came out. I've got, let me see, one, two, three, four different types of ribbon. And the reason being is that it's got the red. So these are the red here, and some white with the hearts. And these have the red and the white hearts, if you can see that. There we go, we're in the white. And if you notice that the tires have some black, and that's why I brought in the squared one here with white and black. So it all kind of blends in. I didn't want a lot of stuff on it because I didn't want to take away from the burlap because it's really beautiful. So now if I want to change it, let's say for any other holiday or any event, or just change it to just my everyday, it's going to be really simple and just removing these things using the same burlap wreath and then just putting something else on there. So if you have a wreath and it's not the parts are not permanently on, you can do that. Now, some of them you can actually, if they are on there permanently, and it's not as big as this little truck here. I know it really looks big there, but if it's not as big as this, then you can add and change things. But if it's permanently on and it's big, there's not much you can do about it. But if it's smaller, like I say, you can change it, add some ribbon to whatever the colors or event or whatever theme you're trying to make. So that's one of the things that I wanted to share with you, and I really like that, and I know I'm going to keep this for a very long time because I really like the way it came out. So with that, let me put this back here. I am going to make, and pardon my back. I am going to make a wreath for Valentine's Day. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to be turning on my, there we go, my glue gun, and I'm going to get it ready. When I make the wreaths, or when you decide to make a wreath, one of the things that you have to decide is to keep costs low. Um, these work form wreaths, you can buy them at the dollar store. You can also buy them at a hobby store like Hobby Lobby, Michael's. I don't know if Joann's has them, but those are the two stores. Or you can even buy them online. I do buy them online as well. But they are already ready for you just to start working with them. This one I have to add hmm, what is this again? Add these, the pipe cleaners. There we go. So I'm debating and I'm thinking what colors am I going to use. I know I wanted to put some red and some pink for Valentine's Day. Hello. I'm going a little, maybe it's the pink color. But anyways, I thought, well, I'll put these red pipe cleaners. Um, I like to do work with these because I'm able to put as many of the pipe cleaners, and that's how I put on the tool. Um, the other ones, I think they're the ones that are already ready. They're probably about $7. And so if you're selling, then that's an additional $7 just for pricing. So what I try to do is to keep it down, keep them at a minimum. Um, this is a 14-inch, and it'll sometimes end up, and it depends how big your ruffle is going to be. So if I do, it will turn out to be sometimes up to 20, even 19, 20, 24. So this time, what I'm going to do with this wreath is I'm going to try to do it at a 9-inch ruffle and not do the whole 10 or even 12. I've done 12. Some of my customers have asked me, or customers to be, have asked me if I could make the wreath smaller, that it's too big. And so what I did is I downsized on this work form. This is a 14, so they do have it at 10, but then I found it difficult. And after watching a couple of videos online, um, one is the Cookie Lady, and I really like her. Um, she actually um, downsized on the wreath for the ruffles. I make them at 14, then I went down to 12. Well, she actually does them down to 9. And I thought, well, that's even better because you still have your 14 in. So can you imagine if you have your 14 and you're putting ruffles at this end, so it makes it even bigger. So I thought, well, that's what I'm going to do. This one back here, the the burlap is 14 inches wide, and I folded it when I put it into the work form. You work it through in half through here, and so it made it only 7 inches. So from a 14, and now it's another 3 inches, maybe 4. So it did work out, and it is a lot smaller than all my other wreaths. So that is just something that I'm working on, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it to make everybody happy, because that's what I like doing is making things and making people happy and having them satisfied with what I'm doing, with what I work with. So going back to this work form, I'm going to do it. I do 10 on the outside and then 8 on the inside. So that's a total of 18. But really, in fact, you could really just do it the way you want. You just need to play with it and try to figure out how to do it. So what I'm going to do, and let me bring this down a little so you could see. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to got my glue gun going. I want it nice and hot because sometimes it'll move. It does move. So what I'm going to do is put the I don't know why the pipe cleaner. It's just I can't think. I'm going to put the pipe cleaner and I'm going to work it on the outer, the first 2 outer forms, and then I'm going to go right here where this main wire is, and all I do is I put it through 2. Hope you can see that. You know, the camera is not that great, but put it through the 2 and then just give it a twist. Maybe 2 twists. Oh, I didn't bring my water. And so it looks like this. See? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little glue right there, and it holds it in place, because if you don't do it tight enough, it will move it around. So that's what I'm waiting for. Sometimes what I like to do is I will put them on first and then see which ones are moving around, and then I will go ahead and just put a little dab of glue on it so that it will not move. It'll stay in its place. I have done quite a few of these, and I will tell you, I still get mixed up. I don't do wreaths every day. Like I say, to keep inventory, you need space. I have very limited space for my storage, and so I like to just move them out really quick. Now, when I am going to be at a craft show, I do make a lot of them at one time. Here we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I'm doing 10, right? That's right. Okay. See, I forgot already. I'm doing 10 on the outer. And just give it a twist, and that'll work. I'm going to be, I have a YouTube channel, and I'm going to start recording on the YouTube channel. That'll be my first time, and I'm going to see how it works. Once I do that, I'll give you all the information, and you can see how that's going to be. Okay, so let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and see where I want it. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to put, I'll work those in a while, but I'm going to put these. I know some people will, there's so many ways to do this. Some people will measure it. I think they do like every 4 inches. They'll measure it. But I've tried it that way, and it's gotten like, it just gets me crazy. It's like, I don't like to measure, and if it comes out okay, I'm fine. I wanted this to be fun. I don't want to be stressing about it. I love doing this, and if you start stressing about it, then it's not going to work out. Like, glue gun should be ready so that I can do this. Once I get the all of my other supplies out of my storage, like I said, it's too cold today to go out there, I will show you how I'm going to put it together. So instead of just working it and putting it together and then showing you after, I think I'm just going to do it, video it as I'm doing it. And this will be the first time as well, because usually what I do is I will put it all together and then just show it to you. So it does take a lot of time. It takes work, not only to go out and find the supplies to make it, but also to just putting it together. How are you going to put it together? What are you going to use? It becomes a job, and it's good sometimes for people to see what you have to do. I know some ladies have asked me, well, can you show me how to make one? And it's like, well, I can show you. And I thought, well, how am I going to show them? I don't have a big space where I can invite people over, or do it that way. So just thought, well, let me just do the videos, and you could see my videos and you could see how I do it. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the side, and I have 6 outside. So that's 12. So I'm going to need more. Let's see. I think maybe I'm going to move these around and not do it right on there. So do it here. And when you're attaching these, you really gotta tighten up with the pipe cleaners. You really do, because it won't be tight enough where it has to be tight so it doesn't move. If you do it loose, then it does move. And we don't want that. That's something that we don't want. Here we go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me just get these 3 out of here. I'm going to come over to this side, and I'm going to move these over just a little. This one over just a little. See, when you don't do them tight, they move. And that's not good when you're doing the tulle. When you're putting the mesh, not tulle, it's mesh. When you're putting the mesh on, and it's moving around, well, your whole project is just kind of moving over, and you have to keep adjusting it. Also, when you're trying to put on your ribbons and other things on it, your sign, everything is just moving, and it just makes it more difficult. So like I said, I'm going to put a little glue on there. Let's see, that's there. Okay, let's do move this one around. And it's just a little glue. It's not a lot. The hot glue will really hold it in place. So I just twist it up about just a couple of times. See how these are moving so easily? Now, like I say, you can buy the work form already with all of this already attached, but then it's going to cost more. I think I'll do one right here. And that'll be my last one. There we go, right here. Okay. And if you're going, as you go through your project and you're noticing that you're going to need more work form, or you see a little space that doesn't have anything and somehow you missed it, you can always add another. Oh my goodness, pipe cleaner. Pipe cleaners don't like me today. Okay, so let me get my glue gun. It should be hot now. Be really careful with this. I have burned myself a number of times. So what I'm going to do now is, let me show you what I'm going to do is, all I'm going to do is put a little glue. You can see this. I'm just going to put a little glue. There we go. Just a little glue. Just be careful you don't put too much, because then it will go attached to something that doesn't. I have my mat under here, so it's okay because it'll come off. That's one thing about the glue. Once it dries up, you could peel it right off. But if it gets on your skin, oh my goodness, that burns. I have a, where is it? I had a scar and it seems like it's going away, but I have burned myself so bad. And I even have a hot pan that I put the glue in too. And that's like when I'm bigger projects, when I make working with any greenery and flowers, I'll use that. But just be careful if you're planning on doing this. If it's too much work and if you're only going to make one for yourself, then yeah, go buy the work form. It's easier. And like I say, they're about $7. Use your coupon. And I know at Hobby Lobbies they have the 40%. I don't do that because Hobby Lobby is not close to me. Um, if any of you live local, it's up to 10. It's in Azusa or West Covina, and traffic is not good. Got to go in the middle of the day. So when I do go there, I go when I'm really going to buy a good supply. I think the last time I went there, I must have spent about $150 on supplies. That's how I buy, and then I'm able to do it. So I think I got everything. They're all they've got their little dab of glue. I'm going to put this back, and then just take this off. Just see, it's just really easy. Just there's little spider veins. They're glue veins, I guess, and just take that off. And now we're ready to put our wreath together. And like I said, I will record that once I get all my stuff out of the storage, and I will show you what I'm going to work with. Now, I have a couple of hearts here that I bought. This, I believe I bought at Michael's. Oh, no, no, this was Walmart, and I really liked it because they really had a lot of stuff. So these are red hearts, red and white hearts. And then I bought these signs. That's right. I was at Walmart. I bought these signs, and I bought a few of them. They were only 98 cents. So this says, "Oh my heart," like "Be still my heart." And I'm thinking of putting these two on there. I do have some other things that I want to put on there. I have ribbons. So once I get all that put together, I will show you what it looks like. Okay. So I'm going to let you go for now. Um, but once I do put everything together, no, once I get all my supplies together, I will start recording again. So bye for now. You have a good day and please stay warm because it is really hot out there. Okay? See you later. Bye.